You have been told that life should be fair. You were taught that good deeds should be rewarded, and bad deeds should be punished. This is the great lie that makes you a victim. Today, I will show you how to stop begging the universe for justice. I will show you how to start forging it for yourself. In this briefing, you will learn the 3 Stoic pillars of inner justice, a system to become the source of your own fairness in a world that has none. You see it happen every single day. A lazy coworker gets the credit for your hard work. You see a dishonest person get rich by cutting corners. You see a good and kind person in your life suffer for no good reason. And a fire of resentment, of righteous anger, burns in your chest. You look up at the heavens and you cry out, "This isn't fair." You feel a deep, personal sense of betrayal. It feels as if the universe has broken a sacred, unspoken contract with you. You live your life as if there is a great, cosmic rule book, a book that says your hard work must lead to success, that your basic kindness must be returned by others, that your personal virtue must be rewarded with a happy life. And when the world so clearly breaks these rules, day after day, you feel a hot, bitter anger. You feel like a victim of a broken, corrupt system. You feel powerless. But what if I told you there is no rule book? There is no contract. There is no cosmic judge weighing your deeds on a secret, golden scale. The ancient Stoics, who lived in a world far more brutal and unfair than ours, knew a terrifying and liberating truth. The universe is not a just and loving father. It is also not an unjust and cruel tyrant. It is simply indifferent. It is a vast, blind, and silent machine. It operates on its own cold laws of cause and effect. The universe does not know your name. It does not care about your feelings, and it owes you absolutely nothing. Not fairness, not happiness, not a single thing. This is not a tragedy. This is your freedom. The moment you stop expecting fairness from the world is the moment you are freed. You are freed from the childish rage and the bitter disappointment that has poisoned your entire life. You stop being an orphan, crying out for a father who is not there. You finally become an adult. You become a person ready to create your own order in the midst of a chaotic world. You become the source of your own law. This addiction to the idea of a fair world is a deep psychological trap. It keeps you in a state of constant complaint. It keeps you feeling powerless. To escape this trap, we must see its flawed logic. It is built on 3 great crumbling pillars. They are the lies that keep you a victim of your own childish expectations. We will now demolish them, one by one, and build a new, stronger foundation in their place. Pillar 1. The universe is not a person. The first pillar is the great lie that the universe has intentions towards you. You speak of the world as if it were a conscious being with a personality. The world is against me. Life isn't fair to me. My luck is always bad. You take the random, chaotic events of existence, and you see them as a personal story. You see them as a personal attack against you. This is a primal, childish way of seeing the world. A small child believes the storm is angry at them. They think the sun is smiling down on them. As we grow up, we are supposed to learn that these are just impersonal forces of nature. But many of us never truly learn this lesson when it comes to our own lives. We continue to see the hidden hand of a secret judge in every single misfortune that we face. The Stoic practices a form of radical depersonalization. This means they train their mind to see events not as a story about me. They see events as a simple chain of cause and effect. You did not get the job you wanted. The victim's story is, they rejected me. They didn't see my worth. It's unfair. This is a story of a personal injury. It is a story designed to make you feel hurt and angry. The Stoic story is different. It is a story of simple, neutral data. Another candidate had 5 more years of experience. My answers to the technical questions were not as strong as they could have been. The company decided to hire from within. These are not personal attacks. They are neutral facts. They are the indifferent workings of a complex machine. The universe is not trying to hurt you. The universe is not even aware of your existence. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. When you stop seeing the world as a person, you stop having an emotional relationship with it. You can't be angry at the law of gravity. You can't feel betrayed by the rain. You simply accept them as the hard rules of the game, and then you adjust your strategy to win within those rules. To expect the universe to be fair is as irrational as being angry that a lion is not a vegetarian. You are arguing with the fundamental nature of reality, and that is a battle you will always lose. The real justice, the only justice that truly matters in your life, is not about what the world gives to you. It is about how you choose to respond to what the world gives you. That is the only part of the great equation where your own personal sense of fairness has any real power at all. This is your first mission. For the next week, you will practice the art of seeing facts, not stories. The next time something unfair happens, you will take out a piece of paper. You will forbid yourself from using emotional words like unfair, wrong, or bad. You will write down only the simple, neutral, observable facts of the situation, as if you were a detective writing a police report. At 10 a.m., the project was given to another person. Full stop. You are training your mind to see the raw event, not the painful personal story you have attached to it. Pillar 2. The internal scorecard. The second pillar of this prison is the lie that justice is about getting external rewards. You believe that if you are a good person, you should get good things. A good job, a good relationship, a comfortable life. You are using an external scorecard, the world scorecard, to measure your inner goodness. This is a recipe for corruption and for deep despair. Why? Because you have absolutely no control over the external scorecard. As we have seen, the world is indifferent. It does not hand out rewards based on moral character. And so, when you live by this rule, you are faced with a terrible choice. Either you accept that life is unfair, and you become a bitter, angry, resentful victim, or you change your own definition of what it means to be good to match what the world rewards. You see that dishonest people seem to be getting rich, so you become a little more dishonest yourself. You see that selfish people seem to be getting ahead, so you become a little more selfish. You begin to compromise your own inner sense of justice in order to win a game that is fundamentally rigged from the start. The Stoic plays a different game entirely. They take the external scorecard, the world scorecard, and they burn it. And they create a new one. A quiet, powerful internal scorecard. Their goal is not to get good things from the world. Their goal is to act with goodness in the world. The reward is not getting the promotion. The reward is the deep, quiet satisfaction of a job well done. The reward is not being loved by everyone. The reward is the choice to act with love and justice, even towards people who do not deserve it. The victory is not the outcome. The victory is the action itself. For a man can lose his position, his wealth, his very life, but he can never lose his character. Paraphrased from Stoic thought. This is the source of all Stoic freedom. When your sense of victory is tied only to your own actions, not to the world's rewards, you become invincible. You can lose everything. You can lose your job. You can lose your money. You can lose your reputation. And you can still go to bed at night with a profound and unshakable sense of peace. Why? Because on your own internal scorecard, the only one that truly matters, you won. You acted with virtue. You were true to your own code. You did the right thing. This is the only form of justice you can ever truly possess. It is a justice you forge for yourself within the silent kingdom of your own mind. It is a form of justice that cannot be taken away from you by an unfair boss, by a bad economy, or by a cruel twist of fate. It is the only justice that is real. This is your second mission. You will create your own internal scorecard. Take a piece of paper. Write down 3 to 5 virtues that are most important to you. For example, honesty, courage, kindness, discipline. For the next week, at the end of each day, you will not ask, "Did I have a good day? Did I get what I wanted?" You will look at your list of virtues, and you will ask, "Did I act in line with my own code today?" That is your new definition of a win. Pillar 3. The power of indifference. The third and final pillar is the most radical, the most difficult. It is the lie that you must fight against all injustice. You see the unfairness of the world, and you feel a noble, burning rage. You feel a duty to fight it, to correct it, to scream against every wrong. This is a noble impulse, but it is a trap. It can turn you into a bitter, angry, and ultimately powerless person. A person who spends their entire life shouting at the storm, trying to fix a universe that is not broken, but is simply operating on its own cold laws. The Stoic understands a crucial, strategic distinction. The distinction between the things that are truly good or bad and the things that are merely indifferent. What are the only truly good things in the universe? The virtues, the qualities of your own character, wisdom, courage, justice, self-control. These are the things that make your soul better. What are the only truly bad things? The vices, the opposites of the virtues, cowardice, injustice, greed, laziness. These are the things that make your soul worse. Everything else in the entire universe, your wealth, your health, your reputation, your job, whether you are treated fairly by the world. All of these things are indifference. They are external to your character. They have no power to make you a good or a bad person. They are simply the raw material of life. They are the things you have to work with, but they are not the goal of the game. For it is not death or pain that is to be feared, but the fear of death or pain. Epictetus. It is not the injustice of losing your job that is a bad thing. The only truly bad thing would be to respond to that event with cowardice or despair. It is not the unfairness of being betrayed by a friend that is the real evil. The only real evil would be to allow that betrayal to turn you into a bitter, vengeful person. This is a radical and difficult idea. It means that the universe has no power to truly harm you. The only person in existence who can truly harm your soul, your character, your true self, is you. The injustice of the world, then, is not an attack. It is a test. It is a training ground. It is a perfect opportunity to practice virtue. When you are treated unfairly, it is a perfect chance to practice courage. It is a perfect chance to practice forgiveness. It is a perfect chance to practice your own unshakable inner justice. This is the moment you decide where your power truly lies. In trying to change the world outside, or in forging the world inside. If you are ready to stop being a victim of the world's injustice and start being the creator of your own, then you must make a choice. Acknowledge this new power. Go to the comments and make a powerful declaration. Write, I am the judge. This is your commitment to be the sole and final authority on your own character. Now, let us learn the rituals of your new court. Now, we move from the cry for external justice to the creation of an internal one. 3 practical Stoic rituals to break your addiction to fairness. 3 rituals to forge an unshakable sense of your own self-created justice. The first ritual, the internal scorecard audit. At the end of each day, for the next week, you will review your day, but you will not use the world's metrics of success. You will not ask, did I succeed? Was I praised? Was I treated fairly? You will use the Stoic scorecard. You will look at your list of virtues, and you will ask, did I act with courage today? Did I act with kindness? Did I act with self-control? Was I honest? This is the only audit that matters. You are training your brain to seek the deep reward of a virtuous character, not the cheap reward of a comfortable life. The second ritual, the reframing of injustice. The next time you see or experience something you feel is unfair, you will perform a strategic mental reframe. You will pause, you will take a breath, and you will ask yourself this powerful question. What virtue is this event giving me a perfect chance to practice right now? Is this an opportunity to practice patience? Is this a chance to practice forgiveness? Is this a test of my own integrity? This one question transforms the event from an attack on you into a training exercise for you. It turns the poison of the event into a medicine for your soul. The third ritual, the act of self-generated justice. You feel the world is unjust. Good. Your job is not to spend your life complaining about it. Your job is to create one small, perfect pocket of justice in the one area of the universe you can actually control, your own actions. For the next week, you will perform one small, deliberate act of pure justice each day. Pay a debt you owe, not just of money, but of gratitude to someone. Write an apology for a wrong you have done. Be scrupulously, perfectly fair in a small negotiation at work. You cannot fix all the world's injustice, but you can create a perfect, tiny, and beautiful island of justice in your own soul. And that is the only justice you were ever promised. You are not an orphan, begging a blind and deaf universe for fairness. You are a sovereign, a king, a queen, forging your own law in the private kingdom of your own mind. The childish cry for a fair world was the prison. It kept you in a constant state of rage and despair. The adult, courageous creation of a just self is freedom. Let the world be chaotic. Let it be random. Let it be unfair. It does not matter. The game you are playing is not out there. The game is in here. And in this game, you are the only judge that matters. And your own virtuous action is the only way to win. The old court of the world is dismissed. A new court inside you is now in session. The question is, are you ready to be the judge? If you are ready to continue this journey, to stop demanding justice from the world, and to start creating it within yourself, then subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. This is not a place for victims. It is a training ground for judges of the soul. Finally, go to the comments and declare your new, powerful, and sovereign role. Write, I am the judge. Your training continues. You have learned that the world's justice is an illusion. Now you must learn that the world's opinion of you is equally an illusion. Your next briefing is on the screen now. Click it to continue your path to total liberation.